12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Divine starts now.
And we begin tonight in Tempe, where the devastation from a horrific mobile home fire continues to grow. 4 family members have now died as a result. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Caribe Divine.
I'm Mark Curtis. The fire broke out late Sunday night at a mobile home park near Baseline in Kyrene. Now, 2 young girls, their father and grandmother have lost their lives.
12 News journalist Bianca Bono spoke to their relatives who are asking the public for prayers. She has the story from Tempe.
I spoke with 2 sisters, and it's hard to imagine the pain that they're going through. They've lost their mother, brother, and 2 young nieces. Now they're trying to hold on to hope and praying that their niece's mother, who is still fighting for her life in the hospital, pulls through.
She always put everyone before her.
Ada Padilla and her sister Crystal Ruiz are talking about their mother and best friend Monica Ruiz.
She was basically our best friend. She's the only person I call every day.
Now, her daughters not only trying to cope with the fact that she's gone, they're also mourning the loss of their 24-year-old brother, Junior, and his 2 young daughters, 3-year-old Rose and 1-year-old Eleni. All of them losing their lives after a devastating fire tore through their Tempe home Sunday night.
Rose was so silly all the time. That one was definitely Dad. She was a spitting image of him. Eleni was 1, but she had her mom's. She's very strong like her mom. She fought, and so she couldn't no more.
Ada and Crystal want the community to remember the tremendous lives lost. Junior was a loving father, working hard to support his family. Their mother was just getting back on her feet after losing her husband on New Year's Eve.
After my dad, we went down a spiral. She was struggling. It was a lot. She had just fixed up her home.
Neighbors in shock, setting up a memorial where tragedy struck.
They're just great people. They didn't deserve to go this way.
Now this family holds on to hope for the lone survivor, their niece's 22-year-old mother, Valerie. As she continues to fight for her life in the hospital, they're asking the public for prayers.
Lots of prayers. She has a very long road of recovery. Her family's with her right now. She's fighting.
And loved ones are accepting donations to help cover the cost of the 4 funerals. We've included instructions on how you can donate on our website, 12news.com. The cause of this fire remains under investigation. We're in Tempe. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
All right, Bianca, thanks. Brenna Swindell, the 29-year-old daughter of former D-backs pitcher Greg Swindell, has been found safe after being reported missing last week. Her father posted on X this morning saying that she's been found. That's all we have for now. Thank you to everyone, and I mean everyone, who helped in the process. Authorities found her with an ex-boyfriend, Morgan Guidry, who has since been taken into custody. He had several outstanding warrants for domestic violence and was reportedly driving a stolen car with Swindell when they were located in Oregon.
The Arizona Court of Appeals has decided that the city of Phoenix must continue to keep an area known as the Zone clean. It was once the state's largest homeless encampment, just blocks away from the state capitol. Take a look at these images here, showing you the difference between the Zone back in 2022 and today. Now, back in 2022, people who owned homes or businesses in the area sued the city of Phoenix, saying that the area was a public nuisance. The neighbors won in court, and the city was ordered to clean up the area. After a city appeal, a judge upheld that decision today, saying that the city must continue to keep the streets free from health, fire, and other safety hazards, while also paying back neighbors for their attorney's fees.
Well, time to get a look at your weather impact forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Riley. Lindsay, a lot of cloud coverage across the valley today. You think we're in for any storms?
We actually are tracking a few light showers right now across Pinal County that are moving toward the valley. So it's possible we see a few sprinkles during the overnight. Right now, the most persistent showers, and this has been the case all day, has been out across eastern Arizona, seeing some moisture out towards Safford currently. But a closer look at Pinal County, and you can see a couple showers, nothing severe though, marching northwest toward the valley. And we could see a couple sprinkles here in the valley. Here's a look look at our exclusive 12 News monsoon meter for tomorrow. And I have a 2 on the meter for the valley because we have this slight chance for a shower or brief storm overnight. No severe weather is anticipated. Tomorrow afternoon will be dry for Phoenix. Now out in eastern Arizona, the White Mountains and southeastern Arizona, this is where the storms are going to be the most concentrated, and we'll see more during the afternoon across eastern Arizona and a couple north of I-40. I'm tracking a warm up for your holiday weekend coming up in my full forecast. Mark?
All right, Linz, thanks. Developing tonight in Tempe. Police are investigating after a Wells Fargo employee died on the job. 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham spoke with a fellow employee who's raising questions about how Wells Fargo handled the tragic death.
There's sadness at this Wells Fargo in Tempe.
It's really, really heartbreaking. And I'm thinking, what if I were just sitting there? Like, nobody would check on me.
After the body of an employee was found at work, an associate who asked to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation says the situation is troubling.
Her boss had emailed her. He didn't receive a response. So they went to go check where she normally sits. And that's how they found the body.
Tempe police say on August 20th, building security called authorities after finding a worker who was possibly dead. Officers went and identified the person as 60-year-old Denise Prudhomme.
To hear that she's just been sitting at the desk, like, that would make me feel, like, sick. And that nobody did anything. That was how she spent her last moments.
Police say there's nothing suspicious about the death, but still haven't confirmed many details about the time or manner of it. The employee says the lack of information from the bank has been especially frustrating.
I'm just wondering, like, why they didn't formally address employees about it when this does affect everybody in the building.
Wells Fargo said in a statement, "We are deeply saddened by the tragic loss of our colleague at our Tempe office." It also states counselors are available to support employees and all further questions will be directed to police.
I just feel like they aren't being transparent with us, and somebody needs to acknowledge this. To the family, yeah, I am very, very sorry for their loss. Like I said, I feel it because I'm thinking about my mom, my mother-in-law, if that had happened to them.
Jade Cunningham, 12 News.
All right, Jade, thank you. A Phoenix man is asking for the public's help after he was the victim of a hit-and-run crash. The accident happened on Sunday morning near 75th Avenue and Lower Buckeye. 12 News journalist Brenda Lipinski spoke with the victim as he recovers from his injuries.
Manuel Ortiz was out running errands this past weekend when he was hit while at a crosswalk. Now, Phoenix Police Department is looking for the driver. And meanwhile, Ortiz says that drivers should look out for pedestrians.
It's not just this little getting surprised. It could be North Phoenix, South. It's happening all over Phoenix. It needs to stop.
Manuel Ortiz was involved in a hit-and-run accident on Sunday.
I was actually heading to Walmart to pick up my prescriptions and grab some lunch meat for my dog and some soda.
Riding back home on his scooter, crossing 75th Avenue and Lower Buckeye, he says a car in the turn lane to go east clipped his scooter.
I don't know who it was, but the person, whoever hit me and turned right and just kept going. Thank God the people that were in the next lane got out of their car to help me get out of the street and check on me.
He says the accident left him with injuries.
I have road rash right here, right here, a little bit on my side.
And a damaged scooter.
Right here, the metal spokes, and then you have where they broke completely off the hub.
Which he says he needs to get around.
I have a crushed disc in my mid-back prior to this. I have spinal stenosis, so I have medical problems on why I use this scooter. I can't work because of these problems, and that's why I have that.
Manuel says the car driving was a white Cadillac with untinted windows, light or tan interior, and an Arizona license plate with a yellow cover, hoping whoever hit him can take responsibility.
I'm not trying to do anything where I want somebody arrested for a long time. I just want them to pay for my scooter. I'm not looking for someone to do time or ruin their life over this. I just want them to help me get back on my feet.
Brenda Lipinski, 12 News.